Hello, my name is Lee Wright, author and creator of the Grand Mystic Saga. My first book, The Emerald Scepter of Light, Part 1, is on the shelves now and can be found at Barnes & Noble, Amazon, and iTunes as well. Um, Links have been included in the description box below. Um, and while you're at it, go ahead and smash that subscription button and the like button for more content just like this.
Okay, now that all of that is out of the way, let's move on to the video, which is part 2 of my Dungeons & Dragons series. First off, let's do a brief review from the first video. Basically, I just went over all the basic things that is needed to run a successful campaign. Player's handbook, monster manual, dice, miniatures, and character sheets.
Today, as your Dungeon Master, it is my job to help you create your character. So I will give you this character sheet, and together we will work to build you a character. First things first, we're going to pick out your race and your class. So using the Player's Handbook, I will first go over all the different races that you can choose from. The Player's Handbook will have a list of those races that are available to play. Depending on which edition you are playing, this list could possibly be different than the one that I have, but I'm playing 2nd edition, so I'll start out with the Elven races first. The Wood Elves are Earth magic, the Fire Elves are Fire magic, Sea Elves are Water magic, the White Elves are Wind magic, the Dark Elves are Dark magic, and the Moon Elves are Light magic. Then other races are Dwarf, Halfling or Hobbit, Human, Dragonborn, Gnome, Half-Elf, Half-Orc, Tiefling, and then I added in a couple Kitara, which are like the cat people, and then the Draconians. And the Draconians in my world are human in appearance, but they have the blood of dragons coursing through their veins. So they are the dragon riders, and they have the ability to communicate with dragons, and they work together. Of course, there are many other races in the land, and on occasion I will allow a player to choose one of them, but for the most part I try to stick to the book and what's written down.
So that's pretty much all of the races that are listed in the Player's Handbook. At this time, I usually let the player choose their race. Today we are going to choose Human, just for the simple fact that it's one of the easiest races to create whenever you're creating a character sheet. Next, we have to choose our class. I'm going to go over all the classes that are listed in the Player's Handbook and give you a brief explanation about each one. Once we're done with that, we will then choose the class that's best suited for us.
Okay, so now I'm going to give you a brief description of each one of the classes that are listed in the Player's Handbook. We're going to start out with Barbarian. They're nomads who are skilled with weapons and armor. They have a fury attack where they attack relentlessly. A Bard. Knowledgeable of the world, their magic is usually centered around musical instruments. They also practice charm and illusion magic. A Cleric. Healer and protector of the group. They practice divine magic, and that's usually given to them by their chosen deity. A Druid. In my world, the Druids are a group of individuals who have dedicated their lives to the study of magic. They live in the Druid's Keep on Malmord Isle. They claim neutrality in all matters of politics and never involve themselves in violence or war. A Fighter. Master of weapons and armor, skilled in the battle arts. Fighters usually do not have magical capabilities, but rely on weapons and brute force. Monk. A master of the martial arts. They harness the power of the body in the pursuit of spiritual and physical perfection. So they probably have some divine magic as well. A Paladin. A holy warrior skilled in weapons and armor. Usually they are lawful, which means that they don't break the law, and they are very loyal to whoever they are their subjects. They possess divine magic as well. Rangers, lovers of the wild, they draw their magic from the elements of nature. They tend to live in the woods and are usually very protective of the world around them. The rogue, a thief, a spy, or an assassin. They usually use stealth and trickery to overcome obstacles or enemies. Lockpicks, pickpockets, they use sneak attacks to deal more damage. Last, we have 3 different mages, or magic casters: the sorcerer, the warlock, and the wizard. Basically, there are very few differences between the sorcerer and the wizard. Both are very powerful magic casters, both arcane magic, elemental magic harnessed from the forces of nature. One difference: a sorcerer is usually born with their magic and is a part of them their entire life, whereas a wizard will spend many years studying and perfecting their arts. A wizard must prepare their spells ahead of time before they can cast them successfully. The sorcerer can cast any spell from their spellbook as long as they possess the energy required to do so. They do not need to prepare their spells ahead of time. The warlock draws their magic from an otherworldly being known as a patron. This divine being blesses the warlock as they level up, awarding them magic spells they normally would never have access to. All 3 of these classes make for a very powerful character. Now that we have finished our review of the different races and classes, let's go ahead and make our choice. We already picked human as our race, and so for a class, I've decided that I'm going to go with the wizard. I really like wizards as characters because they have such a wide variety of magical spells, and it just makes for an interesting game. Plus, I'm just big on magic. Let's go now to our character sheets, which consist of 2 different pages. At the very top of both pages, there's a box that has different character traits for you to fill out. You must come up with a name for your character, but just for this series of videos, we're going to name your character Braden. On the first character sheet, at the very top, you got a place for the character name, which is Braden. Then you got class and race, which is his class is wizard, his race is human. Background, I'm going to leave blank for now because that's something that will be determined as the game continues on. His alignment is neutral, so he's not good, he's not bad, he's just kind of in between right now. Player's name, me, Lee. And then you got level, experience points, and next level. So right now I'm level 1. For the next level, I have to hit 1,000 experience points, which I have 0 right now. So, all right, on to page 2. At the top, once again, you got a spot for your name, which is Braden. His age is 42. His eyes are blue. He's 6'1". He's got tanned skin. He weighs 175 pounds, and he's got silver hair. One last thing before you go. This is the miniature I've chosen to represent my character in the game. He's a wizard holding a crystal ball. One of my favorites. Well, that's all the time I have for today. We now have our wizard Braden and his description about what he looks like. Tune in for my next video in the series, and I will try to finish up the character sheet. I was thinking about maybe showing you all a mock battle maybe, and show you all how the storyline is played out. But we'll see when the time comes. Till then, slide on over to barnesandnoble.com, search for the Grand Mystic Saga. Then you can purchase a copy of my book, The Emerald Scepter of Light, Part 1. Thanks again. Don't forget to subscribe and smash that like button. And take care and have a blessed day.